Okay, today let's learn how to paint a needlepoint canvas from a chart. So here's an example of a chart that I have. This is for my stitch party. It's a free digital chart. And things that I want to point out to you for you to know when you buy a chart is you look at the pattern size. This part doesn't really matter because it all depends on how many intersections you have for your canvas. So this is what I designed for 13 mesh. So the finished size is 9.6 by 6.4 inches, but it's still the same amount of intersections for an 18 mesh canvas. Your finished size is just going to be a lot smaller. And to find out your finished size, you divide your pattern size, so the intersections, by 18, or if you're using 14 mesh or whatever, you can just divide that by that number to get your finished size. And then some other things before we dive into painting it. My charts come with how many DMC colors we have and what DMC colors I designed it on. So that might be helpful if you want to match the colors to go, to Michael's or whatever and get a skein of floss just to see if you like that color. And then again, over here I put what the actual canvas size is. So, I have the design size for 13 mesh, 9.7 by 6.5. But if you want to add your 2-inch borders, that gives you a total blank canvas mount of 14 by 11 inches. So today I'm going to show you the 18 mesh one, but it's 11 by 9 inches. So you want to pay attention when you get the size of your design that you're painting. You also account for borders on your blank canvas size. So the way that we're going to paint that is each square in this chart is a color of an intersection. So first of all, the best way to start a chart is to start in the middle, so you know that you're actually on center. So for example, this chart is very simple, it's just squares, but there's a little, let's zoom in on that, there's a little yellow X marking where the center of the design is. So we are going to want to mark that on our canvas. So I think the best tool for doing this is a quilting ruler, because then you can line up both sides very easily. And also, you don't really want to mark your canvas with pencil. You can use a water-soluble marker. This is what I use to also mark, when you buy a blank canvas for me, the correct orientation of the selvage. Or you can use a micron pen as well, so it doesn't transfer. I like to use a quilting ruler to find the center of my canvas. So measuring the width and height of your canvas, you can divide by 2 to get your midpoints. This is an 11 by 9 canvas, so I'm putting the left side of my ruler at the 5.5 inch mark and the bottom at 4.5 inches. And then at the corner of my ruler, I'm just making a mark with my micron pen on the intersection. So now I'm going in with the teal color, and the teal actually starts the one intersection to the left of that center mark. Okay, for this pattern, it's really simple. I'm just counting the number of squares across. And I will even show you a really fun way that I can do things a lot faster, is I count by 3s. So I make 3, and then we're gonna go every third one. So I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 21. And then that is the quickest way that I can get my square. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 21. Voila. All right, that's our square. I'm just outlining that. And there we go. There's our square. Now it doesn't look great, but we're gonna fill it in. And then I'm just going to, again, this pattern is just intersections. So it's a square and each color is an intersection. So I'm just going to offset that square, and I'm going to start another one. All right. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And yes, it's only 21 intersections. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And that is how fast it is. I say how fast because it really, painting a needlepoint canvas is a measure of patience for sure. But this one is very easy to learn how to paint on. It's literally just squares. And also, you don't have to paint the insides of the squares if you don't want to. Just for our stitch along, we are encountering some stitches that are open stitches, so that's up to you. But anyway, so I'm going to go fill this in and going to keep continuing the pattern. So when I paint from a chart, I really like to do one color as far as I can count comfortably, so I'm not making mistakes, and then switch over to the next color. So that's why I'm doing the teal first, and then I'm going to probably do the red, then the blue. I have a whole method to work it out. But anyways, that is how you paint from a chart. I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know if you tried it. Okay, this is what it looks like when our teal is all done, and then you just keep adding your squares. So this is the 13 mesh version. You can see the size difference, but that's what it looks like. Anyways, happy painting. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on painting from a chart.